Bam! What's going on, folks? Fuck a title show. Before we get to the podcast, hit up patreon.com/churchofjuvie. $2 a month to get a personalized little thank you video done for you. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube gets blasted all on there. $5 a month, you get the thank you video. You also get early access to content. Last month, everybody that was a $5 patron got early access to all the Halloween VR stuff. Coming soon, you're going to have early access to short films. There's also going to be exclusive videos coming for the patrons. So, patreon.com/churchofjuvie. Hit it up, become a patron. Just an extra way to support the channel if you can. Let's get to the podcast.
It's time!
If you'll come with me.
Oh shit, my little jujitsu jelly beans. What the fuck's going on? I'm all jacked up today. I'm pumped. It was an amazing night of fights yesterday. Got to start at Christmas Village, which I've wanted to do since I was a fucking kid. Like those little miniature villages you see. Also, eggnog came back. What? I have no idea what just happened. Some like weird clip of a song just played in my headphones, and I have no idea what it was. Wow, that was super weird. Anyway, eggnog's back in store. Come on now. Come on now. It was a good day. Best night of fights I can remember. We're going to recap it quick right now. So skip to this time if you don't want to hear about UFC 217. Okay. I'm going to talk about Garbrandt, Dillashaw, and GSP Bisping quick because those are easy. I want to dive in a little bit more for the Rose Namajunas and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So, if you'll permit me. Excuse me. Dillashaw, Garbrandt, two former teammates. This fight was honestly, it lived up to everything I kind of wanted it to be. They both came out, they were patient, they weren't too aggressive with each other. Like they have sparred countless times together. First round, Cody Garbrandt drops TJ Dillashaw. Second round, TJ Dillashaw rocks Cody Garbrandt and drops him to finish him to get the belt back. Great fight. After the ref stops it, TJ's pumped, just yelling like, "What?" Like, and I think like one of TJ's cornermen was talking shit to Cody though, like was yelling and everything after the fight. And that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like I know that's your guy or whatever, but you know, you can't be doing that shit. But that was a good fight. TJ Dillashaw gets the belt back. He is now the 135 champ. He wants to move down and face Demetrius Johnson. So we'll see what happens. That was supposed to happen before. Michael Bisping, GSP, George St. Pierre, if you're not familiar. Good fight. GSP comes back after 4 years, and he looks great. Honestly, like, there was some ring rust he had to shake off. It seemed like he did that. His striking was still really good. His timing wasn't off. He took Michael Bisping down 3 times. Third round, catches him with the left hook, drops him, and he's throwing elbows. I'm like, oh, and the fight could have been stopped. But Michael Bisping's tough. He keeps going. But GSP, he's so strong. Gets on his back, rear naked choke, and puts him to sleep. Man, what a return for George St. Pierre. Comes back after 4 years, moves up a weight class, 15 pounds heavier than what he used to compete at, and wins the title. Retires as champion, like walks away as champion, comes back as champion. Great night for George St. Pierre. Now, Rose Namajunas and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, folks. Now, listen, I was a fan of Rose, but I didn't see how she could win against Joanna. Joanna was just super tough, everything. World-class Muay Thai champion. Rose goes in there And just it was kind of the same thing. It was almost like the same thing with Dominic Cruz and when Cody Garbrandt fought him. You know, a lot of people were like, well, I don't know, it's just, we'll see. Like, I don't see how he can win. He might be too soon in his career for this. Rose goes out there in one round, goes through Joanna Jędrzejczyk, stays calm, looks like it looked like she had been there 30 times before. You know what I mean? She's just a veteran. She's only 25. The way her game has evolved, even just over the past year, wow. Just wow, folks. If she keeps evolving, I truly believe that Rose is going to be champion for a long time. Her striking yesterday, wow. Leaps and bounds. Like her Michelle Waterson fight, she looked like a different fighter. And this one against a champion, a fucking world-class Muay Thai striker, just looks great. Her game steps up even more. And she's only 25. Good job, bros. Wow. And I keep saying, you know, people keep asking, like, where's the female role models? Da, 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 da. There's so many involved with the UFC or involved with mixed martial arts or boxing that girls could look to, honestly. Rose wins this belt. In her post-fight interview, she says, there's so much shit going on in the world. Why can't we just hug each other and relax? Why can't we just be good people? You know what I mean? Absolutely beautiful. Man, just... You looking for a role model for your daughter? Looking for someone, you know, to be inspired by? Whether you're a man or a woman? Rose Namajunas looked great last night. Great message in the post-fight interview. And if you ever look at her story, like her life, wow. That's someone you guys, like, that's a role model right there. You know what I mean? Wow. Amazing night of fights. What makes the fights better, like, I know I make picks, but I'm just a fan of combat, you know? I'm just a fan of watching, like, like elite athletes in a physical chess match. I don't know. Great night last night of fights. Okay. Where do we go to next? I got a message. I got to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Actually, a very exciting. I can't officially announce anything yet. Everything's kind of still being worked out. What I can say is it's a for sure thing. But 2018, I'm going to be working on a very big project and a very special project. I can't go into details yet. But it's going to be awesome. It's a project that I am wholeheartedly excited for. And I don't know. I think it has an important message behind it. So, I'm excited to be on board. I'm honored to be on board. And, I'm just, as soon as I can announce more and everything about it, we will discuss it, hooligans, because I think a lot of you will really like it as well. One thing I'll tell you is it's hooligan squad orientated. Like, I'm doing it with somebody from the Hooligan Squad, which makes it even more special for me. So, okay. Actually, let's talk about the Star Wars quick. Last Jedi. The newest little clip we've seen, entitled Awake. It features that scene with Kylo Ren looking at his helmet when he's in like the elevator kind of thing and punching the wall with it. As we hear the line, "Let the past die." Something to that effect. I don't think that's Kylo Ren like saying, "I don't want to be Kylo Ren anymore. I want to be Ben Solo." You know what I mean? I think that's probably, I don't know. Maybe that's him struggling with the dark side finally taking hold in a way. We know he has anger problems. We saw what he did to his fucking base with his lightsaber. So I think that's just him throwing a hissy fit and fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Maybe with that scene with Leia, he just couldn't pull the trigger. I don't know. One thing I was thinking about too, because the plan for this trilogy was Force Awakens was Han Solo's movie. We saw how, like, you know, he brought them in a way together and kind of like confirmed the Force and everything was real. So that was Han's movie. This is supposed to be Luke's movie. So I think that Luke is going to Obi-Wan style sacrifice himself. I could be wrong on this, but I was thinking about this the other night. If you go by some of the books, which I know people are like, "Oh, it's not canon." Get out of here. Luke Skywalker's the most powerful Jedi that has existed. What did Obi-Wan tell Vader? "If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could ever imagine, or more powerful than you'll ever know." What would happen if the most powerful Jedi does that? Darkness rising up. Rey being tempted by Snoke. Being drawn by her curiosity to this dark side. Light to meet it. Luke coming back from this isolated life of torment and guilt. And he accepts this new apprentice, or at least at some point might realize, like, this is bigger than himself. And in that moment, he sacrifices himself to show her there's a better way. What? Come on, folks. Man. Can't wait. So excited. Next month. It actually comes out on my oldest daughter's birthday, so that's exciting. But yeah. Theories. Okay. Something I want to talk about. Obviously, I'm doing a podcast. So Disney, I guess their plan is to have their own kind of like their own digital streaming thing, much like Netflix, Crackle, Shudder, whatever, fill in the blank. They've also said that they've told, I believe it was Marvel, basically, like, if it's a Disney thing, it stays with Disney. They want everything in-house. Which, if that's the case, sparks a little trouble for the Netflix/Marvel universe. Things like Daredevil, The Defenders, the upcoming Punisher show. There's tons of things now. Well, with the shows and the movies are even on Netflix. But I guess if like Disney decides that like we don't have to pay these other people anymore, like we'll just do it in-house. I don't know. They could pull the Netflix Marvel universe, which would kind of suck. I don't want to fucking. I'm not gonna subscribe to the like fucking Disney thing. You know what I mean? Like I have Netflix. Netflix has a wide variety of things that I watch. Some on a regular basis. And the Netflix shows of Marvel are right there with it. It's so accessible. So many people have Netflix. If Disney does that, I don't see a lot of people subscribing to this Disney service just for that. I don't know. It'll remain to be seen, I suppose, but I don't know. I just don't think that's a good like business idea as far as like consumers and everything go. Okay. Getting to the last note. Take a sip of the coffee and then we'll continue. Actually, we'll take this time to remind you good folks. Go check out all the content from last week. You know, there's 2 new Halloween VR stuff if you're into it. The one, Chair in a Room, that's actually like a VR game that I played. The Saw short film, share that around. Go watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Came back with a new vlog. Come on, folks. There's even VR content in the vlog. There's so much content. Just go enjoy it. Share it around, you know? It'd be mucho appreciated if you did. I promise you that. I would appreciate it a lot. Nectar of the gods. Oakley dokley. Saw an interview with the one, the only, the absolute great John Carpenter, talking about the new Halloween movie that's scheduled to come out, I believe, next year. Now he says, this is going to be the last Halloween, and it's going to play like the other sequels didn't happen. So, like, you know, the weird one where it's all about the masks, the one with his niece, all of those, H2O, no bueno. None of those happened. So it's basically Halloween 1. It's 40 years like after that. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. It's a little confusing when you just kind of abandon the rest of the stories, though. But it's John Carpenter. You know what I mean? That's his thing. He can kind of do whatever he wants with it. I'm excited to see it. Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back for it. John Carpenter is also executive producing it, so he is on board kind of behind the scenes with it, which gives a lot of faith. It's different when it's like, you know, hey, they're bringing Halloween back, or, you know, they're bringing this horror franchise back, and they put like a kind of like, I don't know, they just hire a newer director, or like, you know, somebody who's a horror fan, but all they've done is like comedies and shit, and it doesn't work, you know? I don't know. It comes like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't give credit to directors and kind of the people that like are in charge of executing this vision. Because it's one of those things where like a lot of actors have come out and said like, yeah, that movie sucked because the script sucked. The director was fucking just not the right fit. You know, that whole, like, everything can throw a movie off. But with Halloween coming back and John Carpenter kind of behind the wheel of the ship, got a lot of faith in it. So, that is where I leave you, folks. Big stretch first. Okay. Appreciate you folks listening to the podcast, as always. It means a lot to me. You guys don't have to take the time out of your day, but you do. So, thank you for that. Before I leave, I just want to say, be excited to be wrong, folks. Find new knowledge that changes your point of view. Abandon old ways of thinking to travel down new avenues of thought. Be excited to be wrong. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah for your beautiful fat J's. I'm out.